Martinez. Cutting a slightly frustrated figure. As he walks behind the scenes in the Campos Racing garage area. The leading group of cars all sprint down the Mistral straight. Yanni Ficcia trying to come back at Nikita Troitsky. Troitsky all the while just sliding adrift of our race leader Harrison Scott. So the order is Scott leads the way. He's 2.2 seconds clear of Troitsky. There you see what it means in terms of asphalt. Troitsky in second place. Third place is Ficcia. Fourth, Amir Weidenheithen. Fifth, Devlin De Francesco. Sixth, Alex Karkozic. Seventh, Eliseo Martinez. Eighth, Thiago Vivacqua. Ninth, Petru Florescu. And Matteo Siorio completes the top 10. So the 17-year-old German, Yanni Ficcia, who finished 7th in the ADAC Formula 4 Championship last year, making the step up to Pan-European competition for 2017. Fortec team, vastly experienced, running cars in Formula 3 Cup machinery, have really provided with Ficcia with a great chance to challenge for the podium this weekend. And the Fortec Carlin rivalry, which we're enjoying in this fight for third, it's really been one of the dominant narratives of the last 15 and more years of Formula 3 racing. But at the moment, it is Fortec getting the better of it this afternoon. As Weidenheithen just can't quite close down that crucial couple of tenths of a second that he really needs to challenge the German. Now, what has happened to Devlin De Francesco? Because De Francesco hasn't yet come through, and you can see a big gap behind Weidenheithen, where his Carlin Motorsport teammate was. So this could potentially be a bit of a disastrous afternoon for Carlin. They lost Tarun Reddy before the first corner. Devlin De Francesco has gone missing somewhere from 5th position. Looking to the timing screen, he's not come past us yet. And there is Devlin De Francesco, and he's not going to come past us as he stalks away. Immensely frustrating for the Canadian driver. So that promotes Alex Karkozic into 5th place. Also makes Karkozic the 3rd rookie. He is looking to challenge for the rookie podium. So the hopes of the Carlin team are now pinned on Amir Weidenheithen. For the Indian driver, the good news is he's got 3.5 seconds, if not a bit more, over Alex Karkozic in 5th, which means he can focus all his energies on trying to demote Yanni Ficcia. Karkozic likely to be a little bit distracted because he's got Eliseo Martinez just behind him, the young Spaniard. And then it's on to the Campos squabble, still headed by Thiago Vivacqua in 7th, Florescu in 8th. Matteo Siorio promoted to 9th as a result of De Francesco's demise. It also means that Pedro Cardoso in the 2nd Matteo Martin cars moves up inside the top 10, just ahead of Alexei Chuklin, Daniel Pranenko, Ludovico Laurini, and then Simo Laaksonen. So the leading 10 or so cars covered by the length of the start-finish straight, and Harrison Scott, his lead goes out further still as he sets another fastest lap of the race. Almost 2.5 seconds now he has over Nikita Troitsky. Troitsky, the top rookie, ahead of Yanni Ficcia. That's really the battle, isn't it? It's this one for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. 3rd and 4th have remained together throughout the course of the race, but Troitsky, just on occasion, seems to slip towards the clutches of Yanni Ficcia. Certainly that's been the case through the first sector on this lap, because the German gained 1/10 of a second or thereabouts. But we'll see down the Mistral straight whether or not Troitsky's just running a slightly lower downforce setup, which will make the technical sections more challenging for him. But then we'll give him the chance to stretch his legs down the Mistral. As they head into the heavy braking zone now for the chicane. Weidenheithen closes onto the tail of Yanni Ficcia, but really not able to draw alongside or test him. So then plant their right feet once more, accelerate out towards the Courbe du Cygne. Comes the end of the 2nd sector. It's been a good lap this for both Ficcia and Weidenheithen. They're consistently closing up onto the tail of Nikita Troitsky. And through the toe, Weidenheithen appreciably close now to Yanni Ficcia as they head through the Double Doigt de Beauzet. and then start the climb up towards the final few turns that will bring them to the end of lap 6. Weidenreich, he's got his work that. He's in that turbulent air behind Yanni Fitcher, because relatively speaking, these Euroformula Open cars have actually got far more grip than speed, and it means that they produce a lot of turbulent weight behind them, and once you drive through that turbulent weight, that's when the car starts to understeer. It starts to feel a little bit buffeted, and that's why it's so difficult sometimes to close up those final couple of tenths of a second. But Troitsky giving away 2/10 of a second to Yanni Fitcher on that last lap. Same to Meir Weidenreich. Brief glimpse at the Teo Marti Motorsport pit box. There is their driver, Eliseo Martinez. He's to try and match his best result of a 5th for the season to date. As now, if Weidenreich can stay with Fitcher through the Virage d'École, he could be on here for a chance to challenge down the Mistral this time around. It all depends how he navigates these couple of turns. Can he stay with the German? Does the car wash out and unsteer? It certainly didn't appear to, but they now kick left on to the Mistral straight as they enter the straight. He's about 3.5, 4 car lengths back. He's going to gain some of that in the toe as they head towards the chicane. And Weidenreich tucked right behind Yanni Fitcher. Fitcher doesn't feel the need to defend just yet. Likewise, the fight between Kozik and Eliseo Martinez, much as it was, Petru Florescu looking to try and challenge Thiago Vivacqua. Looks the inside of his Brazilian teammate. Vivacqua, though, sticks to the racing line. No way through as a result for the Romanian. Out over the curb they come. No change either in that fight for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Fitcher and Weidenreich swing through the Courbe du Cygne. The same for those behind. The field all still, relatively speaking, quite closely bunched. The top 10 cars only covered by 15 or so seconds. 3 of those seconds are Harrison Scott's advantage over Nikita Troitsky. The Brit leads by 3 seconds. There he is. Harrison Scott finished 4th in the full Renault 2-litre Euro Cup last season. Ahead of Nikita Troitsky, who we saw a few times in 2016, but full campaign this year. The Russian in the midst as well. What's going to be a very good battle for the rookie crown come the end of the season. So again, Weidenreich closes up onto the tail of Yanni Fitcher. They swing in to the left, then the right, just through the undulations of the opening chicane. Weidenreich just seesawing at the wheel a little bit. And that last lap, both he and Fitcher were a little bit slower than Nikita Troitsky in front of them, so the gap goes back out to 1.5 seconds from 2nd to 3rd. The gap from Weidenreich in 4th to Kozik in 5th, almost 5 seconds. So Nikita Troitsky heads on to the Mistral straight. So do Fitcher and Weidenreich. Weidenreich a little bit of a cleaner run through the Saint-Baume section of track on that occasion. Don't think it's going to be quite enough to allow him to challenge Fitcher as they head into the chicane this time around. So he tries to pressurise the German into an error. Nothing doing there. Gets on the throttle as early as he dares. That means the car just understeers, kicks out a little bit. Camera angle massively foreshortening the gap here between the cars. And it means that Weidenreich is not going to be able to challenge into the Courbe du Cygne. Now, we have seen on a couple of occasions they come out of the Courbe du Cygne towards the Double Tour de Beausset. That is an opportunity that can present itself. That's Kozik, the French Formula 4 graduate, doing a really fine job so far this afternoon with Eliseo Martinez behind him. They're fighting over 5th and 6th place. Kozik, another driver who's been involved in a fair amount of bad luck this season. He's having a clear race. He's able to dictate the pace, circulating in a very strong 5th position. Martinez likewise in 6th, en route for a few more points, with then first the Campos cars, Thiago Vivacqua in 7th. So 8 laps ruled off by the race leader Harrison Scott into the second half of proceedings, and still Meir Weidenreich is Yanni Fitcher's ever-present shadow, but still the German able to respond absolutely perfectly to everything the Indian's been throwing at him so far. Weidenheithen, who had a solid rookie campaign last season in the Euroformula Open, has really taken everything that he learnt from last year and propelled it into a strong start for 2017. Tries to stay close to Fitje as they head through to the Virage d'École, but you can just see it's that long turn before they come onto the straight. Just understeers when he's that little bit closer to Yanni Fitje. Meanwhile, good scrap behind. This is for 11th, Alexei Chuklin and Daniel Pronenko. Then Lodovico Laurini and Simo Laaksonen. So this is all the way through to 15th place as Weidenheithen looks to challenge Yanni Fitje and goes through. It looked as they came onto the straight, if he's a little bit closer. And so it proves to be. So Weidenheithen snatches third place away from the German. It's been the move that's been several laps in the making. Didn't quite see how it started, but we saw the end of it, and Weidenheithen takes the place. Now, what could the Indian do about Nikita Troitsky? Troitsky, 1.8 seconds up the road, but we've not yet seen Weidenheithen's true race pace, and he's still got the best part of half the race to play with here. Fitje, well, fourth is looking pretty secure. Here's really the classic Paul Ricard move. He was in the tow behind Fitje, came out of the bubble very, very late, by which point the German couldn't reasonably respond without the risk of it ending in tears. So the Carlin team watch on. Harrison Scott flashes through. Now, how did the laps between Troitsky and Weidenheithen compare? The answer is that Meyer Weidenheithen was 0.3 quicker than Nikita Troitsky last time around. And through the final sector, though, Troitsky was a little bit quicker than Weidenheithen. As Jose Martinez and Alex Karkozic continue their scrap over 5th and 6th place. Remains advantage Karkozic, as it has done for much of the race. This is also the fight for the 3rd space on the rookie podium. It's Karkozic. Just focus on getting this part of the track right, getting that run onto the Mistral straight, because if he doesn't lose any momentum coming through the Virage d'École, it makes everything that little bit harder for Eliseo Martinez. Get back to Thiago Vivacqua in 7th. He's still got Petru Florescu with him. Martinez, he thinks about a little bit of a move to the inside of Karkozic, but these cars have got such breathtakingly short braking distances. You go and watch them into a section of the track like the chicane trackside. It's amazing just how late they pull the trigger and get on the anchors. Through the Courbe du Cygne, it's a case of whether or not Martinez feels he's able to really run with Karkozic and try and challenge as the road falls downhill towards the Double-Droit de Beauzet. He's certainly close to the Polish driver who slithers out wide. There's an opening here for Martinez, and he's going to go through. He forces a slight error from Alex Karkozic, and Eliseo Martinez moves through into 5th position. Immediately Karkozic looks to respond, but Martinez looks like he has done just enough. And it was that other textbook Spa move. If you stay close enough to your rival through the, rather Paul Ricard move, if you stay close enough to your rival through the Courbe du Cygne, force them into just missing their braking point at the Double-Droit de Beauzet. But now the boot on the other foot, because Martinez has to consult his mirrors as Alex Karkozic looks to come back at him. A pair of them head over the line. They've still got the 3rd of the race to play with. Should say, in the fight for 2nd and 3rd between Nikita Troitsky and Meyer Weidenheithen, they set pretty much identical lap times last time around, so that battle not any closer. Yanni Fitje just slipping back from it in 4th. So now what can Karkozic do? Can he force a mistake from Eliseo Martinez, either through Saint-Baume and l'École, or again the Courbe du Cygne and Double-Droit de Beauzet? I don't think the RP Motorsport driver is going to be close enough to challenge Martinez this time around, because Martinez has a good 8 or so car lengths. Here we see into Double-Droit de Beauzet, just understeering out wide. It leaves a Dallara F312 shaped hole to the inside line, and Eliseo Martinez needs no second invitation. Earns himself a round of applause from the Théo Martin pit wall. through the chicane on to the second half of the Mistral straight. Up the slight rise and then fast blind into the Courbe du Cygne. The road then falls downhill into the Double Droit de Beausset. Now this is where the move happened a lap ago. Kozik a little bit tighter to the line, but Eliseo Martinez able to manage that. Nothing that Kozik can particularly do. So they remain as they were. Last lap, 2:04.1 for Eliseo Martinez, compares to a 2:03.7 from Petru Florescu behind, who's found his way past Thiago Vivacqua, up into 7th place once more. So if these two do start squabbling, there's a possibility that Florescu might be able to close into his toe. You see in the background there that trio of Campos cars, now headed by Florescu. Then it's Thiago Vivacqua in 8th, Matteo Siorio in 9th, Pedro Cardoso the 2nd of the Teo Marti Motorsport cars in 10th. Now here is the fight for 11th, headed by Daniel Pranenko. Then it's Alexei Chuklin, the Fortec car, in 12th. Ludovico Laurini in the black and grey RP Motorsport car 13th. They've got Simon Laxonen just behind them. And then Christian Hahn in the second of the DriveX cars just behind as well. This is a fight really that's been together throughout the course of the race. Ludovico Laurini looks to apply the pressure to Alexei Chuklin. Chuklin just a little bit offline as they came out of the turn then. He is able to gather it all up. Keeps a nice tight apex as they head towards L'École. That should buy him enough of a buffer as they head on to the Mistral straight once more. Here's a look at the move from Pranenko on Chuklin into the Double Droit de Beausset. That's beautifully done by Daniel Pranenko. Really smart driving from the Russian. Chuklin, though, doing very well to keep him honest, keep him under pressure. Pranenko and the BVM car through and gone. Longer at the front of the field is this man, Harrison Scott. And Scott, his advantage now 4 seconds in front of the field. And this remarkable run of results, an opening salvo for the Euroformula Open season, continues. This, if things stay as they are, will be his 4th victory in 5 races. And it's looking, barring some sort of mechanical malady, as if that's going to be the case, because Harrison Scott has barely put a wheel wrong in race conditions throughout the course of the year. Nikita Troitsky trying to stay with him, but Troitsky in turn able to sustain the sort of pace which means that he is keeping Amir Weidenreuthen at arm's length. Weidenreuthen had a bad lap last time around, gave away a second to Nikita Troitsky. Although I think Nikita will be a little bit frustrated to finish behind Scott again. This will be his equal best result of the season. A return to the podium for the first time since Estoril. I think real confidence as well. Him and the DriveX team are having a car that's working absolutely perfectly through race conditions, and even better, allowing him to gap his rivals in the latter stages. Weidenreuthen in 3rd, slipping back towards the clutches of Yanni Fittier as Troitsky heads to the braking zone for the chicane. The same for Weidenreuthen. No immediate pressure from Yanni Fittier, but any sort of mistake from Weidenreuthen and the German will be through like a shot. These two cars have been very evenly matched throughout the course of the afternoon. Slight incline, of course, into the Courbe du Cygne. Weidenreuthen then swoops into the right-hander. Feels the G-force as the road falls away to the Double Droit de Beausset. And just looks to bite, finds the apex before that slight run uphill. You're not having to seesaw at the wheel at all. I think both of these cars still working much as the drivers would want them to in the last stage of the race, and certainly none of this leading group of cars would appear to have maybe asked a little bit too much of the Michelin rubber and now being bitten late on. Heading towards the penultimate lap. Oh, close behind. Simo Laaksonen looking to challenge Lodovico Laurini. Christian Hahn trying to get in the mix, well held. All manner of angles from the Brazilian. That fight for 13th, 14th and 15th. So they're into the penultimate lap. Fight for 3rd and 4th. Still feels as if it's going to take something fairly dramatic to elevate Jani Fitje up ahead of Amaya Weidenheithen. It's not going to be for want of trying or willpower from the Fortec Motorsports squad. So all it will take is slight hesitation, slight wobble through one of the corners here that feeds onto the long straights for Fitje to have his opportunity, but with just a lap and a half to run, those windows of possibility are fairly steadily closing. Now, as we predicted, Petru Florescu is coming onto the tail here of Eliseo Martinez and Alex Karkozic. So this, the fight now for 5th, 6th and 7th. And it is Florescu who is the man who is upwardly mobile at this point. Emilio Velotta watching from Teo Martin pit box. Eliseo Martinez, this really strong performance. He was impressive in Spa with his racecraft, and impressing again this afternoon, but he's now got a fair amount of pressure to withstand late on. But the trick here for Petru Florescu is, now that he's cruised up to these cars fairly quickly, it's a case of whether or not he will then be able to catch them by surprise and push his way through, because as soon as you start to get a little bit mesmerised, start following what the cars in front are doing, it makes that task a little bit harder, particularly if you make some feints and parries and essentially show your rivals where you might challenge. So final lap time here in Paul Ricard, the 5th race of the Euroformula Open season, and it is looking fairly good for Harrison Scott for another lights to flag victory. Nikita Troitsky well set for 2nd place and rookie honours, and for Amaya Weidenheithen, that mid-race move on Jani Fitje appearing as if it's going to be enough to propel the Indian driver to a return to the rostrum. Be Weidenheithen's 3rd podium finish of the season. He makes the engine sing, teases the throttle of the Carlin Motorsport car, and now hurtles down the Mistral straight for the final time. Harrison Scott just easing off the pace a little bit in these last couple of laps, but not such as to give Nikita Troitsky any sort of opportunity. Well, the RP Motorsport team for many seasons have been the team to beat in the Euroformula Open. They have taken a number of drivers to the title in recent seasons, and is Harrison Scott going to be another of them, following the wheel tracks of Vitor Baptista, Sandy Stuvik, Nicolo Schiro. DriveX, they came close to the crown last year with Ferdinand Habsburg, and this result today from Nikita Troitsky certainly keeps him in the hunt in what's still the very early stages of this 16-race season, as Scott winds his way through the final few turns, and he's going to do the gentleman's set this afternoon here in Paul Ricard. Pole position, fastest lap, and now as Harrison Scott accelerates to the checkered flag victory in the Euroformula Open in Paul Ricard. It's 4 wins in 5 races for Harrison Scott. He and the RP Motorsport team celebrate as Nikita Troitsky takes 2nd place, and the rookie win from Amaya Weidenheithen in 3rd. Jani Fitje takes 4th and 2nd place on the rookie rostrum, and Eliseo Martinez, despite the pressure in the last lap or two, comes home in 5th place to complete the rookie rostrum ahead of Alex Karkozic, Petru Florescu, Thiago Vivacqua, Mateus Iorio and Pedro Cardoso. What about this race-long sort-out for the places just outside the top 10? Lodovico Laurini weaves his way to the line, but he does enough to keep Simo Laaksonen behind him, and therefore claims 13th place. So a lively and entertaining race from the Euroformula Open, won again by Harrison Scott. It's been a very impressive start to the 2017 campaign for Scott. He's working very well with the RP Motorsport team and being richly rewarded for it. So look at the classification then. Scott wins it and sets the fastest lap. Takes victory 3.6 seconds, clearing Nikita Troitsky, our top rookie, in second. Amir Vaidyanathan completes the rostrum, ahead of Yanni Fittia and Eliseo Martinez. Alex Karkozic, a fine drive to sixth, to fend off Petru Florescu late on. Florescu bettering his Campos Racing teammates Vivacqua and Iorio, with Pedro Cardoso completing the top 10, putting both the Teo Martin cars into the points. Daniel Pranenko, great scrap that he enjoyed with Alexei Chuklin to finish 11th. Chuklin 12th ahead of Lodovico Laurini, Simo Laxonen and Christian Hahn, with Devlin De Francesco and Tarun Reddy, the two disappointed retirees. So in terms of the championship then, Harrison Scott, 51 points, his advantage over Vaidyanathan, with Troitsky into third ahead of Vivacqua. De Francesco not adding to his tally today, and that allows Yanni Fitcher to close a little bit of ground in sixth in the standings. So for Harrison Scott, that race was executed pretty much exactly as he would have wanted it to. He got the jump from pole position. It wasn't the greatest getaway for Scott, but he was able to hold the lead into the opening sequence of turns. And thereafter, as he was able to get into his rhythm, he was able to stretch his legs and move clear of the rest of the pack, therefore scoring a fourth victory of the season. Now just taking his time, heading around the circuit towards victory lane, just picking up a few marbles for the tyres, and also savouring the moment. The weekend, though, of course, only half done for Harrison Scott, because we've got qualifying and racing again tomorrow in tomorrow's race. Our coverage starts at 1:05 Central European time. So if you're watching from the UK, then that's just after midday. But for now, Scott and RP Motorsport can celebrate another win, a further extension of the championship lead. It's the pack heading into the pit complex, and then the run along towards Parc Ferme area, pulling up underneath the podium, which is down towards the far end of the pit lane. Scott rolls into position, ready to celebrate. You can hear the applause of the team as he comes to a halt. Unhooks himself, runner-up Nikita Troitsky, another excellent drive from him, and Amir Vaidyanathan back onto the rostrum. He made that move on Yanni Fitcher mid-race. Scott celebrates, takes a bow, goes to thank the team. That was exactly how they would have wanted the afternoon to unfold. Scott celebrates, hands it up for the cameras. Nikita Troitsky receives the congratulations of the DriveX team. And the same for Vaidyanathan and Carlin Motorsport. So we will fairly shortly be hearing from our race winner, Harrison Scott, before we get the drivers up onto the rostrum. Hot work, of course, from this afternoon. At least they get a little bit of a rest along the Mistral Straight. Scott celebrates victory in Paul Ricard.
Scott, well done. Another one.
Yes, what can I say? Fantastic to be here once again on the top step. just shows really the incredible effort that the guys of RP Motorsport are putting into it. And yeah, no, it feels really good to be back here once again.
Are you unstoppable?
I don't know, really. Feels at the moment, obviously, that everyone seems to be getting closer and closer in a way, but in a way we're also getting further away from them. I think, yeah, it's just a combination of I'm getting more and more confident with the car. Both me and the team are understanding what we've got to do and how to perform. And yeah, no, it feels fantastic once again.
Well done in any case. It's never easy, even when it looks easy. Podium now.
Thank you.
Lining up in pole position, it was Harrison Scott who got the jump from the line, although Nikita Troitsky and the Mayor Weidenheithen were also well away, as behind Taron Reddy was in trouble, colliding with Christian Hahn before they made it to turn one. But as Scott eased into the lead on the early stages, he was not to be headed, as behind the battles began to form. It all went very sideways for Simo Laaksonen, and he was fortunate to avoid contact with Daniel Pranenko and Christian Hahn. Thiago Vivacqua, Petru Thresko and Mateus Yorio enjoyed a race-long scrap as Hahn pushed a little bit too hard. This was the move that gave Amir Weidenheithen third place for the inside of Yanni Fitja, and thereafter the Indian was able to ease clear. It was a great scrap for fifth position, eventually decided in favour of Eliseo Martinez, who was able to make that move at the Dubois de Beauzet to demote Alex Karkozik. Lodovico Laurini, Christian Hahn and Simo Laaksonen, meanwhile, were involved in a frantic fight for 13th. At the front of the field, though, Harrison Scott was in complete control for the afternoon, and as a result came through to score his fourth victory of the season. Leading home Nikita Troitsky, who claimed rookie honours once more, second place with Amir Weidenheithen completing the rostrum, with Yanni Fitja and Eliseo Martinez rounding out the rookie podium. So another triumph for Scott and RP Motorsport. Time for our race winner to take a bow. And now, time for Harrison Scott to celebrate on the Paul Ricard podium. So third position to Amir Weidenheithen, runner-up Nikita Troitsky, and Harrison Scott once more finds his way to the top step of the rostrum on behalf of the RP Motorsport team.
Mesdemoiselles, messieurs, en l'honneur du vainqueur, l'hymne de la Grande-Bretagne pour Harrison Scott.
So the British National Anthem in honour of Harrison Scott as we move on to presentation of the trophies. For Amir Weidenheithen, third rostrum of the season, consolidating his second in the championship standings. Nikita Troitsky, that victory cannot be too far away. He keeps delivering the goods in qualifying today. He delivered the goods throughout the course of the race. For Harrison Scott, he is the man to beat. And once more, dominant in Paul Ricard. So drivers will pose the photos, make merry with the bubbly, and then turn their attention to tomorrow morning's qualifying session. For now, in the French sunshine, time to enjoy the moment, enjoy the success, and soak the mechanics as well. Weidenheithen and Troitsky celebrate on the rostrum. The rookie podium will follow. And a super race-long fight for that third place on the rookie rostrum between Eliseo Martinez, Alex Karkozik. They were joined late on by Petru Florescu as well, but it was Eliseo Martinez who finished in third. That man, Yanni Fitja, the second rookie, and Troitsky taking rookie honours.
switch. Deuxième marche du podium, longtemps en tête.
Chance to enjoy them at work in super slow motion. And studying concentration from Nikita Troitsky as he takes his place on the top step of the rookie rostrum.
Nous allons maintenant remettre les trophées. Les trophées seront remis par Isabelle Marais. Et donc, je vous le rappelle, à cette compétition.
So on to the presentation of the trophies. Eliseo Martinez, third place for the Teo Martin Motorsport squad. Yanni Fittia, second rookie, very nearly his first outright race podium, but his third, fourth place of the season. And Nikita Troitsky, another rookie win. So we will be back tomorrow, 1:05 Central European time, for the second race of the weekend from Paul Ricard. Until then, from Ben Evans and the Euroformula Open paddock, it's goodbye from France. We will see you tomorrow.